Real Madrid faces a new challenge in the Champions League semi-finals against Bayern Munich, a very strong but not invincible rival. This is the classic match of Europe. Real Madrid has all its players ready for the battle. Here is Carlo Ancelotti.
On this same date, 10 years ago, Real Madrid achieved one of the most important victories in the Champions League as visitors, winning 0-4 against Bayern. You were the coach back then. With that precedent in mind, do you feel motivated for tomorrow's match?
Well, everything from the past remains only as a good memory. Tomorrow is already another story. It will be the first leg of the Champions League semi-final. Naturally, we have confidence in ourselves, but we also take into account that we are facing a rival with resources, quality, and very strong players. We are happy to be here as always, because very few thought before that I would be here sitting giving this press conference. But we have achieved it with effort, hard work, and commitment. So we are very happy. Obviously, we are focused on doing well because this semi-final is an opportunity to reach another final. This starts tomorrow, and we are aware that it is a tie of 180 minutes, not 90 minutes.
You said that for the tie against Manchester City, almost everyone considered Real Madrid dead. But now it's the opposite. Almost everyone assumes that Real Madrid will be in the final in London. Is this your biggest fear for this tie?
No, not at all. We have confidence in ourselves. As I said before, we have a lot of respect for Bayern Munich, which, although has not had a fantastic season in the Bundesliga, played a spectacular tie against Arsenal and played well in those two games. And that's what we have to focus on, how they played against Arsenal, who are a very strong team in Europe. We can't forget that. We observe the quality of this club, its history, which is more or less similar to ours. And their history in the Champions League is really important.
Do you think Real Madrid has been underrated in this competition, that you are not seen as strong?
No, not really. I don't think Real Madrid is underrated in this tournament. Everyone knows what Real Madrid is capable of. Honestly, we feel the respect that everyone in this tournament has for us.
You have said that for you, Mendy is the best defensive left back in the world. We assume that tomorrow he will play and that he is recovered from his discomfort. For tomorrow's match, Davies will play for Bayern, a player who is rumored to possibly play for Real Madrid. Which of them would you ask for next season?
I can only talk about Mendy. He had a muscle overload when he played against Barcelona, but he has already recovered and trained normally. We are happy with him, and he will be ready for tomorrow's match. On the other hand, I don't like to talk about other things regarding players from the opposing team unless it's about quality, because we respect all Bayern Munich players because they are a team with a lot of quality.
If it was said before that Real Madrid versus Manchester City is becoming a classic in Europe, but the real classic is Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, as you have faced each other 26 times. What similarities do Real Madrid and Bayern have, and how do they differ?
If I have to compare the qualities, they are very strong in attack transitions. They have very fast players and are a team that can play in different ways, either pressing high or playing with a defensive block. So both teams are very similar. We are really two teams that do not have a very clear football identity. And that allows us to play the games in different ways. I seem to have forgotten the German language.
How much of the German language do you still know? What relationship do you have with the city of Munich? Do you miss this city?
I remember that this is a very beautiful place. It is a fantastic city. Unfortunately, I never managed to keep the German language in my head. But I think my son has been much luckier as he speaks German very well, and still speaks it well. I regret that I have forgotten many things. However, I do not forget this city, which is a fantastic city to live in.
In all the games where Tchouaméni has started with the team, Real Madrid has remained unbeaten. Will Tchouaméni start tomorrow?
Yes, it is true that we have not lost with him, but we have not won some either. I could tell you that we beat City because he was not there. Tchouaméni did not play against City, but he is very important and will play tomorrow. If you ask me where, I don't know yet.
Tuchel has said that you are a legend and that he believes you play the role of a father with your players. In such an important match as tomorrow's in the Champions League semi-finals, how important is it to have such an experienced coach like you?
The most important role is not ours as coaches, and we will never have this prominence. I have a very clear idea about coaches. For me, there are two types of coaches, those who do nothing and the coaches who do a lot of damage. I try to be in the first category. Of coaches who do nothing. The game belongs to the players as always. As a coach, you can try to explain a strategy to them, but the players have to be convinced that they can do it. Then there is quality, attitude, and commitment. The coach has to make the players understand how important it is to work as a team. We have the quality, but so does Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain. So the difference lies in whether you want to transfer the quality to your team, then your team can have a chance to win the games.
You have called up Jeremy de Leon to travel with the team, but he cannot play in the Champions League. Is he a good luck charm for the team?
No, he is not a good luck charm. We need 20 players to train 10 plus 10. Now we were 19 players. So we needed one more. We have talked to Raul and the Castilla team about him. He has been helping us a lot. He is very serious and professional and trains well with the team. He is a young player with a lot of quality.
In Manchester, they still think about the return leg that you won. Bernardo Silva has made some statements that may not be unfavorable but surprising. He said, "Real Madrid is a weird team." What do you think he meant by saying this?
Now, what do I think? I don't know. We are not weird. We are a team whose shirt carries weight and history in this tournament, and that must be taken into account. I personally have nothing to say in response to Bernardo Silva, who is a fantastic player. They had a good time last year, and this year we have had a good time, and that's football.
You have said that tomorrow Tchouaméni will play, Militao has already recovered, and Courtois will soon be ready to play against Cadiz. Nacho and Lunin, on the other hand, played an excellent match against City. Do you think that from tomorrow onwards, you will have to make decisions that seem unfair to your squad?
Unfair is Joey. Every week when I have to make a lineup, I am being unfair, but this is my role and my job. We are happy that the players who had missed almost the entire season are finally returning. Militao has played his role perfectly against Real Sociedad. He still needs to play minutes, but that is perfectly normal. However, he has played perfectly in that match last Friday and is now available and could play. I cannot think if I am being unfair or not. How many times have I been unfair this season? Many times, and perhaps in every game. Undoubtedly, I have been unfair to someone, but unfortunately, this is my job.
Tuchel said a few days ago that he is sure that Gnabry will score, and today he has said it again, ensuring that Gnabry will score. Why do you think he has said this? Perhaps to make you concentrate your defense on him, leaving Kane free? Do you have any hunch with any of your players?
Obviously, Gnabry has the possibility of scoring, but so does Kane, Sané, and Musiala. Likewise, we also have the possibility, for example, Vinicius has a higher probability of scoring than Mendy. This is simply a statistic. We respect the opponent's forward line, which has spectacular players with different characteristics.
The honorary president of Bayern criticized Tuchel, saying that Tuchel does not have the ability or desire to improve players. He only wants new signings. Tuchel responded, saying that he was offended by this. What is your opinion on this, considering that you also coached Bayern in the past?
I think Tuchel is a great coach. He's young and has a spectacular strategic ability. His teams are always very well trained and prepared. As I have a lot of respect and affection for him, and I have nothing more to say.
Before the match against City, you said that you would not experiment with your starting lineup. However, you placed Vini and Rodrigo on the same flank. Do you have any changes or strategies for tomorrow to surprise Bayern?
No, I don't think so. I will not make any tactical changes. As I said before, each team has its characteristics. We are going to analyze the best we can and not lose our playing identity, which is quite clear. All the characteristics that we have shown during the season we will need tomorrow. And these are defending very well, because that is very, very important. Avoiding counterattacks is very important, but also attacking well. And that is also very important. A semifinal match like this cannot be anything other than a complete match. We cannot fail in anything.
Is the unpleasant way in which your contract was ended here at Bayern Munich some time ago a motivation to win tomorrow?
No, I do not have thoughts of revenge here. I have said it before, I was lucky to coach this club, and although I would have liked to stay longer, I spent a year and a half here and have fantastic memories, and I have a lot of affection for Rummenigge.